Hey everyone, welcome to Engineering with Chai. In this video, I'll walk you through SolidWorks Practice Problem 1.1 step by step. I'll be modeling this part from a beginner's perspective, even though I'm CSWA certified. So if you're just starting out, you'll be able to follow along easily. So let's dive right in. So you know this is the workspace where I'll be working at. As you can see, we are in any spot. I'll be using the front plane to work with. So let's sketch in the front plane. Simple as that. Make a rectangle. Know where the origin's at. So, well, for starters, we can use center lines to make our axis. Just use this line tool, center line like this, center line like that. Pretty simple, eh? Make it vertical, infinite, coincide here. You can use this thing or you can right click and choose, up to you, whichever you're comfortable with. So coincide here. So now you got the axis done. Now we can work with this workspace. In our workspace up here, I'm gonna make it so this is a coincide relation to that origin. Now we know the parameters. This is 30. You can use any line, so you can just choose this line like so, like this is 60, or you can just choose this line and then this line, and it's the same thing because these are horizontal and vertical to each other. Okay, so the simplicity part, this is done. Now we're going to be going for the depth part. So let's exit the sketch. It's for the origin, we know it's starting at one end. So we're going to be turning it into a 3D feature. Select that sketch, do an extrude. It's going to be a blind extrude. You know the direction is right. This is going to be 28. Pull it out like so. So now you got this. You know the origin's over there. Perfect. Now you have the choice to work with the plane or you can just work on this surface. But I'd rather choose the plane. It's very important to make your part as parametric as possible. Well, if you want to make it very related to each other, all the other features, then you can put it on top of this feature so that when you modify this part, the other feature gets modified with respect to this part. But if you make it on this plane, even if you modify this part, that next feature isn't going to be affected. So we're going to be working with that plane that we started with. Let's use that plane. Basic modeling, sketch. Now, this is a beginner's approach, so we're going to go with the easier ways. Easier to understand. Center lines again, right? Make it vertical, infinite, coincide. Like so. Same with this one. Horizontal, infinite, coincide. That's the axis. You got the axis again, now you can make the rest of the stuff. So, well, you know they're the same width, so you can make that in one sketch. So let's do that. What do you want to do? You can either start from here, or you can just start from the top. It's all up to you. I'm going to make it as simple as possible, so we're going to start from the origin. We're going to go up, make the profile casually, like so. And we're going to pull it all the way down and complete the sketch. You know, it's colored now. You can uncheck this, and now it's all confusing, but if you check that, you know your sketch is closed. Um, let's make sure your units are fine. Okay, perfect. So let's start smart dimensioning it now. We know this height from this edge to that is 20. Perfect. We know this edge to that is 12. Perfect. And we know this length is 75. Perfect. Now we gotta work with the lengths. So this is 20. This is 12. Let's just put it up here. And the edge, this edge to this edge is given to us, which is 12. So we know it's fully defined now. Exit the sketch. But before that, just take a look at the sketch again, just so you're comfortable with this. So now this is 20, this is 75, 20. Okay, this looks weird, so 12 and 12 are there, and 12 is there. Pretty good. So exit the sketch now and turn that into a 3D feature. Okay, so one thing to note here is I don't have any hollow or holes over here, so I don't have to worry about this pad coming out interfering with this pad. It can just, and also the volume doesn't become double. It's just treated as the same thing. So you can either start the sketch here or you can go all the way to the bottom. It doesn't matter for now. So let's go to features, extrude. We're gonna make this 20 out, like so. There you go. That's the first thing. Now the whole profile has been created. So as you know, the surface was touching this surface, so you don't have any lines here. But here, that surface is not touching this surface. You got this line here. It's the beauty of looking at lines. I would always have the lines enabled to show you the details. Now we're going to be making that hole here. I can make it on this surface, or we can just go back to the front plane and make the hole there. Or we can go back to the main sketch, which is this one right here in the feature tree, and make a new hole inside of the sketch. I don't recommend making holes inside of sketches by themselves because we want to be able to use the tools here, whereas the simplicity of the tree. So let's say you want to come back to the tree and modify one of the holes. You don't want to go back to the sketch. You just want to use a new feature here and change that to modify the hole. So let's go back to front plane and make a sketch here. And let's just randomly make a hole here. Give it a dimension of diameter is 12. So let's add 12 here. Now we're going to constrain it. So we know that it is, let's choose the origin from the bottom. Well, I haven't made the center lines for the axis, so I'm going to skip that part and directly relate it to the origin. I want the vertical distance. As you can see, that it can give you all kinds of relations here. Horizontal distance, straight up distance, and the vertical distance. I need a vertical distance, so let's add this. This is 16. Now I need to constrain it left and right. So let's still move left and right, see? You can still move it here. So now we gotta constrain that. Use that origin. And this edge right here. And this is 16. There you go, 16 and 16, pretty simple. So now you know that hole is over there. It's shaded, it's a complete sketch, fully defined. Exit the sketch and turn this into a 3D feature. Extruded cut. It's very simple. Now you can either go blind to a specific dimension or just say up to next. Up to next is that edge, surface, I mean. And there you go. That's all you got. So now if you want to go to evaluate, you're going to check the volume of the component. Just go to mass properties and your volume's right here. 72593. There you go. Simple as that. And that's it for practice problem 1. I hope this walkthrough helped you see how to approach the sketching extrusion process step by step. If you found this useful, make sure to check out the next problems in the playlist. I'll be covering all 10 of them. And if you'd like to see more SolidWorks tutorials and engineering content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.